Hey guys! I'm about to just unpack my train case because I've come back from Inverloch about a week ago and I thought it might be interesting to show you guys what I take with me on photo shoots, or at least the sort of makeup I bring with me when I want to film a Book of Fables. Now, every look has very specific sort of makeup you need to bring with it, but for Inverloch I went in not really prepared for what to film because I didn't know what the environment was going to be like, so I had to try and bring as much all-rounder general makeup as I could, and I had to try and make sure it was travel friendly enough because I really wanted to fill the car with food rather than makeup. Let's get started. So this is the train that I've been using. I got this at Priceline a little while ago. I haven't been able to find it anymore, so I don't really know where you can go to get a train similar to this. Just maybe eBay? Sorry, that's really unhelpful. I always bring is eyeshadows. So this is my BH Cosmetics 120 color palette, and this is number 1. The reason I prefer this palette over, say, my 88 Coastal Scents is, well, for one, it's 121 colors, which is pretty awesome, but also it has a variation of finishes. So you've got quite a few mattes and you've got a lot of satin shimmers, which is a good mixture. So this just gives you a lot more variety and takes up a lot less space. And the great thing about eyeshadows is that powder can be used for so many purposes. You can create lip colors from this, you can create cheeks, highlights, bronzers. Another item that I actually created to travel with me, and I created this to help me film my Book of Fables series, is my lip palette. So there you go. I've basically melted down 25 different lipsticks into little pans and then put them into a little Z palette. So I love this because I can see all the colors in one shot. I made sure to include as much variety as I could in this palette, knowing full well that some of the colors just won't get used very much, like the blacks and the purples, but at least it just makes it a lot easier to travel with. You don't need to lug around like 25 different lipsticks. I put the labeling on the back just so I know which colors I'm using. Another palette I really am loving is this Sleek primer palette. Basically it contains 12 different cream shadows. I think they're meant to be primers, but I use them actually as like gel liners or cream shadows, and they're really pigmented. I love them. That means I don't need to carry like 12 different pots of gels with me, and I can just use this. Makeup wipes, cotton pads. I usually carry with me cotton buds and makeup remover, but I don't know where they've gone, so imagine they're in there somewhere. Blotting paper, eye drops, Studio Fix Plus, which I actually use more as a mixing medium than its intended purpose. Hand sanitizer, very important every time I do a makeup look. Eyelashes. Now, I don't really bring many eyelashes with me just because it's very hard to tell what sort of eyelashes you're going to look if you don't know what look you're going to design. But these two are pretty universal. You've got wispy lashes and you've got, I don't know what these are, but they're pretty generic. And they're both pretty multi-purpose. You can cut them in half and have them as demi lashes. I have my face primer and foundation. Now I have my face powder in light. Nothing special about it. Concealer. I don't really use concealer very often. I think that's because I'm lazy, not because I don't need it. I've got my 2 highlighters. One is a matte highlighter. I don't know if it really is matte. I think it's more like semi-satin, but it's pretty matte, especially in upside down, especially in comparison to the CanMake highlighter, which is ultra shimmery. And the great thing about these is that you can use them as eyeshadows as well, which I do pretty often. Bronzers. So Face of Australia is more of a shimmery bronzer and Bobbi Brown's is more of a matte bronzer. Just like the highlighters, I like to have some variation in the finishes of my bronzers depending on the look I'm going for. I've got 2 blushes that I carry with me. This is an e.l.f. blush, which is very pink, which I like. I tend to prefer pink shades on me. I don't know, I just think they look better. And the other one is by Giorgio Armani. It's a very sort of beige blush, which I use for a lot of more elegant or neutral looks. And if I really need to use a red or a peach blush, I've got my eyeshadow palette, which has a ton of colors that I could just mix together anyways. I've got my eyebrow kit. I got thrashed a lot on my old videos for using black powder. I don't know, I just think my brows are really dark, so I just figured that black worked, but apparently you guys think that's wrong, so I got this, which so far no complaints, so yay! I have my eyeshadow primer, which I think is a must. I know some people don't use it, but I need it. And I've got glitter gel glue, 3 pencil liners, a black, a peach, and a white. I alternate mainly between the black and the white the most. I don't really use this peach much, but I thought I'd bring it because it's small and it travels well. The white is great for highlighting areas on your face, but I usually use this, say, on the inner corners of my eyes or on my waterline if I want to really open up my eyes. But this black eyeliner, this is where it's at for me. This stuff lasts amazingly well on my waterlines. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't wear off, and I love how smooth the application is. It's very creamy and gentle. So this is the glitter that I brought with me, which is, I don't know, is it like halo glitter? I'm not sure, can you tell? This is the one I used on my, I think it was Sunset at Inverloch. The reason I brought this glitter out of all the glitters I could have brought is firstly it's travel friendly, it applies very easily, and it's neutral in the sense that it goes with virtually any shade or color. Say if I was to bring, say, blue glitter, I'm very restricted in the sort of looks I can do because they need to tie into the blue shade. But with a glitter like this, you can pretty much just use any colors you like and then just layer this on top to just add a little bit more pop to the whole look. This is my mascara. Honestly, when it comes to Book of Fables, I'll just pretty much use whatever mascara doesn't smudge on me or doesn't flake off, which is pretty much 80% of mascaras I find. I think you need to be a pretty crap brand to really screw up. Brow gel, eyelash glue. These are gems. I think they're actually meant for nail art, but they work a treat when it comes to makeup. And I don't think they were that expensive either. Black liquid liner, tweezers. This is a clear gloss, and this is more of a shimmery white sort of gloss. And then I think this is pretty unnecessary. Now I bought this just because it's really small and it travels really well and it gives you a big range of colors. Unfortunately, I think you can only purchase this in duty free. But honestly, back to these, if you are traveling and you don't have something small like this for glosses, really I reckon these are the only 2 types of glosses you need for photo shoots, because you can really depend on the color of your lips, or you can even mix these with one of the eyeshadows depending on what color you want to go with, and you can go with a very shiny finish or you can go with a more frosty finish. And that's all it really is to it. Oh, oops, one more thing. More eyelashes. I just thought this would look really good because this one has like sort of a crystal band on it. Yeah, so that's pretty much all the makeup I brought with me to Inverloch, which I was pretty happy with the sort of makeup I brought. I didn't really feel like I was short of anything in particular. I don't really have anything else to say, so until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!